statements made during this broadcast regarding products or the claims made about specific products have not been evaluated by the U.S. Food and Drug Administration. Products and treatments discussed are not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent disease. Make your physician aware of all nutritional supplements used and immediately notify your physician if you have any health concern or undiagnosed sign or symptom. Let's Talk Nutrition is a health talk show that features scientists, authors, nutrition specialists, personal trainers, holistic healers, and experts in traditional, natural, and integrative medicine. Listen for a chance to win daily prizes and follow Let's Talk Nutrition on Facebook and Instagram at Let's Talk Nutrition or on Twitter at LTN Radio. It's time for some inspiration. Tune in to get fit and healthy. It's time to talk about nutrition. Nutrition for your body, your mind, your spirit. It's time to talk about proper exercise, stress relief, eating well, and supplementation to help. Get ready to take charge of your health because your health is your wealth and the wealth of those who care about and love you. It's time for Let's Talk Nutrition with Dr. Michael Garko. Welcome to the show.
Welcome to Let's Talk Nutrition. Great to be with you. Thanks for tuning in today. And I hope you're having a good day, good start to your day. And you are listening to Let's Talk Nutrition if you're just fooling around with the radio and came across this show. And it's coast to coast. It airs Monday through Friday, 9 to 11 a.m. Eastern. And we're live, as opposed to that alternative. And producers are here today. You're there. I'm here. I'm glad to be here with you. And Dr. Hector Lopez will be along. And we're going to talk. I haven't talked to Dr. Lopez for a while. So we're going to focus on CBD. That's going to be the topic. If you're not familiar with that, stay tuned. You'll learn, and well, you should. And the endocannabinoid system generally. I'll see if I can get Dr. Lopez to describe and explain that system a little bit, and try to shed some light on this system. What's interesting, in my anatomy and physiology course, I've mentioned this before, that the endocannabinoid system, the word endocannabinoid was not even mentioned, never mind the system. So in my opinion, they're going to need to write these textbooks and start to include that system. Pretty strange, seems to me, but that's the way it goes. This topic, we've explored it in some depth, trying to push everybody, including myself, along the learning curve about CBD. Cannabidiol, as it's derived from hemp. And then, of course, CV Sciences, the company, and Stuart Tomp is usually on talking about it. So Dr. Lopez is on today. And CV Sciences is a company out of San Diego. And, of course, they have the supplements, the CBD plus CBD oil that is sold in fine health stores throughout the United States. So stay tuned. We'll talk about that today. You may, and we're going to focus on too how the CBD can contribute to your health. I'm anxious to see what Dr. Lopez has to say about that. You can always call the show. You can participate in the conversation. You know I encourage that. I like dialogue better than monologue. But we open the show each day with a monologue and try to share with you some stories and studies that are trending. There was a story that was, I didn't get to it yesterday, but there was a study that was trending. And I've talked about this topic numerous times on the show over the years. epigenetics. Well, this study really gets into that. And the headline on the study was, you are what your parents ate, for sure. So in this study, it was an experiment. They used mice. And this team of researchers at the Institute of Experimental Genetics, IEG, used mice which had become obese and had developed type 2 diabetes due to a high-fat diet. Okay? It was induced. They made them so. Their offspring were obtained solely, and they were clever in how they did this. Their offspring were obtained solely through in vitro fertilization from isolated oocytes and sperm, so that the changes in the offspring could only be passed on via these particular cells. The offspring were carried and born by healthy surrogate mothers. Okay? You following this now? So they implanted these fertilized eggs into a healthy mom. But they remember that where they came from. So what this did was it allowed the researchers to rule out additional factors such as the behavior of the parents and influences of the mother during pregnancy and lactation. So they were trying to control for some of the noise that might be out there, and to see if they could get a cleaner finding. So and I'm quoting now Dr. Beckers. And Dr. Becker said, the results showed that both the oocytes and the sperm passed on epigenetic information, which particularly in the female offspring led to severe obesity. You following that? In the male offspring, by contrast, the blood glucose, he said, level was more affected than in the female siblings. The data also show, they said, that like in humans, the maternal contribution to the change in metabolism in the offspring is greater than the paternal contribution. So the point is that these offspring that were derived from parents who were obese and had type 2 diabetes, they took the fertilized eggs, implanted them into another mouse, female mouse, who was not obese, who did not suffer from type 2 diabetes, and she carried them to term, gave birth. The offspring ended up having this propensity for obesity. It's amazing. This happens in humans as well. So if you're dismissing the experiment because it was with mice and not humans, don't do that. Another professor involved in the study said that this kind of epigenetic inheritance of metabolic disorder due to an unhealthy diet could be another major cause of the dramatic global increase in the prevalence of diabetes since the 1960s. The increase in diabetic patients observed, it was said, throughout the world can hardly be explained by mutations in the genes themselves because the increase has been so fast. He's absolutely right. So, again, what your mother ate, what your parents ate, and I've reported both on the mother alone, the father alone, and then parents together. So there's that whole line of research to show the epigenetic influence. I mean, it's just amazing. Can't trick biology, right? 877-897-8255, 877-897-TALK. We're going to talk with Dr. Lopez. We'll see what's on Dr. Lopez's mind. See if we can get him to talk about the endocannabinoid system in a way that we can all understand it. talk about CBD, CBD oil. What do we know about the contributions of this compound to health and wellness, I suppose? This is interesting. And maybe we'll get to talk a little bit about, I don't want to focus too much on it. You know, this is not derived from marijuana. The CBD is not derived from marijuana. It's derived from hemp. And there's some out there that are very familiar with CBD as it is associated with marijuana, but we're talking about hemp. And we'll get Dr. Lopez to talk about perhaps some of the political, legal implications that are swirling around this compound at the moment. We'll be right back.
At Country Life Vitamins, we've been helping people live happy, healthy lives since 1971, and we believe integrity should always be our number one ingredient. We are committed to this belief because you deserve high-quality nutrition, specifically crafted with the highest standards to support your health. Country Life's manufacturing facility is an NSF GMP-registered facility, as well as USDA-certified organic, so you can feel good about the products you're taking. Country Life Vitamins is also the first supplement company in the United States to have a complete line of products certified gluten-free. That's over 500 products. Country Life Vitamins' pledge of integrity is based on 5 standards: authenticity, cleanliness, freshness, consistency, and accuracy. Ask for Country Life's top-selling products, such as Coenzyme B Advanced for increased energy or Flex Able for joint health. Country Life Vitamins' commitment to ensure all of our products are pure, wholesome, gluten-free supplements full of natural goodness provides peace of mind with the knowledge you are using a brand you can trust.
Did you know that the most common form of calcium supplement today is calcium carbonate, also known as limestone? You don't eat rocks as part of your balanced diet, so why would you choose to supplement your bone health nutritional needs with limestone? Our bodies understand and seek whole food sources of nutrition. New Chapter is proud to deliver Bone Strength Take Care, a calcium complex that delivers key bone health nutrients in the form of whole food, not rocks. Bone Strength Take Care also delivers key bone nourishing nutrients, including vitamins D3 and K2. Vitamin K2 is of critical importance as it ensures calcium is placed in the bone where it's needed and stays out of the arteries where it's not. Discover for yourself the whole food bone health alternative to rocks. Bone Strength Take Care, the best-selling natural bone health supplement in America. These statements have not been evaluated by the Food and Drug Administration. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease.
Are you tired of taking vitamin pills or powders? How about gummy vitamins with high fructose corn syrup or coloring? Finally, you have a choice with Nature's Dynamic whole food gummy supplements and probiotics made by a dad. Imagine getting benefits of your garden in a delicious gummy supplement. Nature's Dynamics utilizes organic, plant-based vitamin and mineral sources with non-GMO, gluten, soy, and dairy-free ingredients in a delicious gummy for the whole family. Nature's Dynamics has berry garden gummies made by a dad, multivitamin omega-3 and probiotics for kids, body boost joint relief, whole food bone and calcium gummy, whole food immune and vitamin C gummy, whole food omega-3 gummy, Be Beautiful hair, skin, and nails gummy, prenatal plus gummy, whole food probiotics for digestive support, and body boost energy and wellness multivitamin for him and her in a delicious, easy to digest gummy. To learn more about Nature's Dynamics or to find a retailer near you, visit naturesdynamics.com or madebyadad.com. Nature's Dynamics, garden to gummy supplements made by a dad.
Energy, energy, and more energy. Everyone needs it. But did you know you can get the energy you need quick through the powers of wild forest extracts? Wild chaga and birch bark were a secret source of energy and power for Russian athletes years ago, making them unbeatable. Now you too can experience real energy and power like you never dreamed possible. Wild chaga is the world's top source of SOD, superoxide dismutase, that critical enzyme that blocks the aging process and keeps your cells healthy. Wild birch extract is the world's top source of betulin, a natural sterol needed by every cell of the body. And healthy cells mean a healthy you, and a more powerful one too. Chaga birch bark is also good for your heart, healthy cholesterol, and even helps build healthy arteries. No wonder it's known as the king of all herbs. So take your Chaga Charge tea with wild birch bark every day and Chaga Max capsules from North American Herb and Spice and get that maximum energy you need. Also available in liquid as Chago Power Drops. These statements have not been evaluated by the Food and Drug Administration. These products are not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease.
Let's Talk Nutrition is brought to you by Natrol, Own Your Health, Alga Life, Algae for Life, NeoCell, the true science of collagen, CV Sciences, from seed to shelf. New Chapter, the benefit of nature's wisdom. Yerba Prima, pioneers in internal cleansing. Form Essentials, makers of the sleep aid Solace. Now introducing Zinnia for healthy hair, skin, and nails. Let's Talk Nutrition on the web at letstalknutrition.com. We're back from the break, so let's rejoin Dr. Michael Garko.
Welcome back to Let's Talk Nutrition. Great to be with you. Thanks for tuning in. Don't hesitate to call 877-897-8255. That's toll free. No charge. The show airs coast to coast and also streams. If you go to letstalknutrition.com, you will be able to watch the show if you so desire. Yeah, we're dialed in. Check us out on Facebook, Twitter. Are we on Mars yet? Not yet.
We've been on Mars. I don't know about you.
Sometimes it feels like that, right? So,
by the way, you've been getting pretty active on the Facebook thing lately.
Yeah, you see that?
Yep.
Yeah,
it's good stuff.
Yeah, getting a lot of hits. We like it. Please visit the LTN Facebook page. Let's Talk Nutrition on Facebook, and then my personal Facebook page as well. They're hooked together, and it's Dr. Michael Garko on Facebook. And Dr. Michael's one word, capital D, lowercase r, then capital M. Dr. Michael, then last name Garko. Dr. Hector Lopez is my guest, and he's an educator for CV Sciences. Dr. Lopez also is involved in some other things. I'll get him to tell you about what he does and this and that. He can do that better than I can. Dr. Lopez, welcome back to Let's Talk Nutrition. Let's see, the last time you were on, I think light bulbs were discovered. Where have you been?
Hi, Michael. How are you? It's a real pleasure to be on again.
Well, that's good. How's your endocannabinoid system?
I think it's tuned in. It's tuned in well now. It was definitely well needed recently, as there's been a lot of travel here, California and back, and Ohio and back. But
yeah, you live in Ohio, right?
No, so I actually live in New Jersey, Central Jersey, in the Princeton area. But I do have a lab in Ohio.
So you hang out in Ohio from time to time.
That's correct. Yep.
And what's the name of your lab?
It's the Center for Applied Health Sciences, or CAHS.
And what do you do? What do you do there?
Well, we're a privately held contract clinical research organization, and basically what that means is that we set up, design, and run human clinical trials from phase 1 all the way through phase 4 for research sponsors. And traditionally, CROs run clinical trials for the pharma industry. We're a little different in that over 95% of the trials that we run in our center are actually run for the natural products, dietary supplements,
right,
and medical foods, functional foods industries.
So have you noticed over the last 10 years or so that more and more companies are wanting to do clinical trials on their dietary supplement products?
Yes, we certainly have. We've certainly been we've been fortunate to be sort of part of that increase in interest, the increase in incentives. Sometimes it's because some of these brands or companies actually need or require clinical studies in order to substantiate their claims based on the positions that the FTC and the FDA have taken.
Sure.
And some of the regulatory bodies. So indirectly, I think some of that regulatory pressure, what that has done is it's really allowed the quality and the quantity of clinical research in this area of natural products to really boom. And we've been fortunate to be in the middle of it.
So, how does the explain to the listener and the viewer of the show how this benefits the consumer?
Well,
what I mean, let me be specific. Yeah. What I mean is, how does the uptick in clinical trials with nutraceuticals, supplements? I know this is a softball question, but nevertheless,
No worries.
How,
I'm up for one. I'm up for one early in the morning.
don't worry, I can throw spitballs and curves. How does this serve the consumer?
Well, I think it serves the consumer in multiple ways. For one, if the product or products that a consumer has to choose from when they go to either a specialty nutrition, natural products, or health food store, or whether they're going to mass market, to any sort of grocery store or convenience store, and they're faced with this barrage of options on the shelf, right? They're just an enormous amount of options, and they seem to be growing every month, every year.
Right.
For one, I think that clinical research helps to distinguish or differentiate a finished product that is validated and it's substantiated by human clinical research, meaning that the product that they see on the shelf has actually been through the rigors of a good human clinical trial.
So
it gives the consumer, I think, a lot more substance. It makes them a more informed consumer.
Does it? Okay. So do the clinical trial, in a word, then, do these clinical trials on these supplements emphasize or highlight the safety and the efficacy of the supplement or supplements?
In general, most clinical trials will address both safety and efficacy to different extents, depending on the type of compound, the type of ingredient.
Okay, sure.
And depending on the goals of the sponsor, but you're always going to be addressing both safety and efficacy, just because anytime you're engaged in a clinical trial in the U.S., you have to follow these guidelines, right? They're called ICH GCP guidelines. They're good clinical practice guidelines. And it's part and parcel with obviously causing no harm or protecting human subjects who are engaged in clinical research.
Sure, I understand.
So, yeah,
it's the efficacy part where we get into where things start to get a little squirrely. What I mean is, how effective that supplement is. Then what can we say and what can we not say once the clinical trial is done? We come back, we'll talk about that.
When your alarm goes off, do you jump out of bed with excitement? Or does it take multiple alarms, a few snooze buttons, or a morning caffeine fix to get you going? These habits and daily stress cause a vicious cycle in which sleep becomes increasingly elusive. In fact, 54% of Americans report struggles to fall or stay asleep. For a better night's rest, look no further than Solace, an all-natural dietary supplement that supports healthy sleep and relaxation, so you get the rest you need to wake up clear-eyed, alert, and ready for the day. Solace has given thousands a better night's rest and the power to take back their mornings while enjoying the day ahead of them. Solace is formulated with non-addictive, scientifically proven, all-natural ingredients that support sleep and relaxation, such as melatonin, tryptophan, and 5-HTP. For more information or to order Solace, visit takesolace.com. Solace, for healthy sleep naturally.
Looking for the perfect complement to your beauty regimen? Try Form Essentials Zinnia. The finest of its kind, Zinnia offers twice as much biotin as other formulas, which has proven to unlock the vibrancy in even the dullest of hair, skin, and nails. Zinnia breaks through and rejuvenates cells internally, helping you achieve the allure of effortless beauty. Reviving your hair, skin, and nails has never been easier. This essential blend of biotin, alpha-lipoic, and hyaluronic acid, collagen, and vitamin C creates lasting enhancements to your natural good looks. Don't go on wondering, you're worth the results. This combination of ingredients can only be found in Zinnia. Pamper yourself with a proven bit of affordable luxury and start looking your best. Ask for Zinnia by name at your nearest vitamin retailer to begin your journey to restored nails, head-turning hair, and radiant skin today. For more information, visit formessentials.com.
Let's Talk Nutrition is brought to you by Now Foods. Our products work. Nature's Dynamics. Garden to Gummy supplements made by Dad. American Biotech Labs, your daily immune system support. Renew Life, the digestive care company. Country Life, a leader and authority in natural health and nutrition. Enzymedica, the enzyme experts. Nutrix Hawaii, more nutrition, better health, purely Hawaiian. North American Urban Spice, the only oregano oil you can take on a daily basis. Let's Talk Nutrition on the web at letstalknutrition.com. We're back from the break, so let's rejoin Dr. Michael Garko.
Welcome back. Welcome to Let's Talk Nutrition, wherever and however you may be listening and whatever you may be doing. I'm having a conversation with Dr. Hector Lopez. He's the scientific, medical, and regulatory advisor for CV Sciences. Big title. And so we're talking. Dr. Lopez, welcome back. Just hang for a second. What I want to say to the listener is this: it's not often I have a chance to speak with somebody who does clinical trials, and we're going to talk about CBD, and I'll connect these topics, but I'm going to exploit the moment and try to shed some light on this business of nutraceuticals and clinical trials. There are a lot of people that walk the earth that think that, there's no regulations relative to nutraceuticals, that there's no serious science relative to nutraceuticals, and neither of those two statements is true.
Correct.
So I want I'm going to give Dr. Lopez a chance to share some insight here into these trials that are done, because this is what he does for a living, and we'll get him to repeat his company's name here in a second. They're in Ohio. He lives in New Jersey, but nevertheless, this is important because it will inform you, educate you about nutraceuticals in a way that you may not know or learn about on other shows. Some talk show hosts won't take the time to do this, but I try to educate you about nutraceuticals so that you're a better consumer and do better with your health. So, Hector, welcome back. Now,
thank you.
When you do clinical trials, you're testing for safety and efficacy. It's the efficacy part. And what you're looking for, let's just say we're doing a clinical trial on cannabidiol, CBD, all right?
Sure. Mm-hmm.
And we're trying to determine whether this compound was effective in lowering inflammation. This is a hypothesis.
It's hypothetical.
It's good enough hypothetical, right? We're trying to lower inflammation levels. We discover that we have, control group, we have the experimental group, we have a real design, it's a real experiment, and we find that the CBD oil, compared to the control, was statistically and significantly lowered inflammation levels, and we got a good result. In fact, it was a robust finding. We had good power in the study. It's an excellent study. So we know generally that it lowered the inflammation. Now that study is done. What can be said and not said about that general finding that you were able to lower inflammation in the body using CBD oil? Explain to the listener and the viewer of the show how the government regulates what can and cannot be said, and what can and cannot be said now about that study.
Right. Yeah. So that's a great hypothetical example of some of the challenges that we face when those of us that are in the business of doing clinical research, specifically for the dietary supplement industry. In many ways, in many ways and in many different forms, doing clinical research for the pharmaceutical industry is actually much more straightforward, and it's actually much easier because you don't have to deal with some of the regulatory hurdles that you face when you're doing clinical research for dietary supplements. So in your example of studying cannabidiol, hemp-derived cannabidiol for inflammation, for one, right off the bat, we are not allowed to utilize a population of subjects that actually have a disease. So
the study population has to be healthy. In other words, the study population has to be healthy. So what you're trying to do is make a healthy population even more healthy.
Even healthier, right?
Even healthier. So the government has created this sort of criterion. It's a hurdle that you have to jump that the pharmaceutical companies don't have to jump. In other words, they can test people that have type 2 diabetes for a drug that's trying to cure type 2 diabetes. You can't do that. You can't have sick people in the study, right?
That is correct.
So that's hurdle number one. That's hurdle number one.
Hurdle number one, because by default, the fact that you're studying a quote-unquote sick population or a diseased population of any type with any sort of disease diagnosis automatically it makes that product that you are studying an investigational new drug. Automatically, even if it's vitamin C, even if it's fish oil, even if it's curcumin, even if it's hemp CBD. So that is a major hurdle. That's hurdle number one. I would say hurdle number two is that when you're studying a drug, a compound, a single molecule drug, these drugs are specifically developed to typically affect a single pathway, a single mechanism within the body, a single physiologic or biochemical pathway in the body.
Mm-hmm.
And you typically don't have exposure to this novel compound. This usually is going to be a new to nature compound, usually. So you don't have exposure in the background to this compound. So when you do a clinical trial, you can truly have a real placebo group. Mm-hmm. You have a real placebo group when you're studying a drug.
Sure. Right?
Because pick any drug. Let's just pick
statins.
Yeah, anything, any standard drug. You're not typically going to have acetaminophen as part of your diet, as part of any botanical. You might have it actually in your water, but that's a different story for a different day.
Well, the cardiologist would like to have statins in the water, but go ahead.
There you go. There you go. Yeah, exactly. So just from a pure scientific research design standpoint, like the purists in the researchers, the randomized double-blind placebo-controlled trial, which is typically regarded as the gold standard. And that is also what the FTC or the Federal Trade Commission typically holds the industry to whenever you're making a claim. Even though you're not allowed to make a disease claim, but when you do make a claim, you still need to use the gold standard that typically the pharmaceutical industry.
So now this is the issue. You did the study. Yeah, you did it. You had to do it with a healthy population. They didn't have doing certain labs and whatnot. You determined that they didn't have any exceptionally high levels of inflammation, systemic or local. And so it's a healthy population relative to inflammation. You do the study and you find that the CBD oil, in fact, lowered inflammation levels in an already existing healthy population. We come back, if you could tell the listener and the viewer, now what can the company say? For example, CV Sciences. What would they be able to say about their product, their CBD oil, and what would they not be permitted to say? This is where consumers get confused and don't quite understand this distinction. And if you don't understand the distinction, you can end up in jail.
Are you suffering from those awful allergies? Hay fever, sneezing, watery eyes. Here's some advice you won't want to miss.
I'm a doctor, and my patients used to dread allergy season. But then I discovered A-Vogel Allergy Relief, a unique combination of natural ingredients that usually addresses every one of my patients' symptoms. And while it's clear that the vast majority of my patients benefit significantly from A-Vogel Allergy Relief, what's even more amazing is that after using it, at least half of my patients' symptoms didn't return. As a doctor, that's the kind of outcome my patients and I can appreciate.
Get doctor-recommended A-Vogel Allergy Relief for your allergy symptoms. It's proven safe, it doesn't make you drowsy, it's fast-acting, and it may even help prevent your allergies from returning. Available at vitamin discount centers, Richards, Rollin' Oats, Vitamin Shop, Nutrition Smart, and other fine health food stores.
Feeling tired after your meal? Occasional gas, bloating, or indigestion at inopportune times? You may have an enzyme deficiency. Did you know that many common digestive discomforts can be caused by poor digestion? When food isn't completely digested, it begins to ferment in the digestive tract, which may cause uncomfortable symptoms. Digest Gold, America's #1 selling enzyme product, offers unparalleled support for your digestive needs. It contains exclusive blends of enzymes optimized to be 3 times stronger and work more than 6 times faster than other leading digestive supplements. With just 1 capsule per meal, Digest Gold offers support to break down carbohydrates, fats, fiber, and protein. Enzymedica products are all natural, vegetarian, contain absolutely no fillers, and are vegan and kosher when possible. You'll find Digest Gold and other Enzymedica products at fine health food stores near you. These statements have not been evaluated by the Food and Drug Administration. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease.
Hi, I'm Dr. Michael Murray with a minute of important health news. One of my all-time favorite natural products is a special extract of licorice known as DGL. DGL is short for deglycyrrhizated licorice, but I tell my patients that it stands for darn good licorice. DGL is made by removing the compound in licorice that can raise blood pressure in some people. Double-blind clinical studies have shown DGL is quite useful in healing stomach and intestinal ulcers. In fact, in head-to-head studies, it has actually outperformed popular anti-ulcer drugs. But rather than inhibit the release of stomach acid, DGL stimulates the normal defense mechanisms that prevent ulcer formation and promote healing. Clinical studies have not only shown DGL to be extremely effective, but also that it is completely without side effects. Clearly, DGL is a better choice.
When you're passionate about your health, that passion leads to the knowledge that exercise and a healthy diet are not always enough. Sometimes you need the extra nutritional boost that only supplements can provide. If you are looking for the leading national brands of vitamins, supplements, health and beauty, weight loss, or sports nutrition products, look no further than Vitamin Discount Center. Voted best independent chain by Vitamin Retailer Magazine, Vitamin Discount Center has been a trusted and valuable nutrition resource to the Tampa Bay area for over 15 years. With daily savings up to 50%, Vitamin Discount Center offers the best prices on the highest quality nutritional supplements. Not only will you find unbeatable value, your visit includes access to a staff educated on the application of products to help equip you with the products and information you need to proactively improve your health. To locate the store nearest you, visit vitamindiscountcenter.com, as well as access to articles on popular health topics, promotions, events, and thousands of products to shop from right at home. Your search for an affordable solution to better health is finally over. Vitamin Discount Center. For life, for less.
Are you waking up each day to the life you have to live or to the life you want to live? Better health shouldn't be left to chance. Smart choices to living longer and stronger include making Kyolic aged garlic extract a part of your daily routine. For years, medical researchers have recommended adding Kyolic to the diet as a powerful tool to enhancing overall heart and immune health. Recent clinical studies at UCLA Medical Center using Kyolic suggest that garlic may slow plaque formation in the arteries and support healthy cholesterol and homocysteine levels. Previous research also shows Kyolic may enhance your immune system defenses. Kyolic is organic, odorless, and the only antioxidant garlic supplement available worldwide. Maintaining a healthier you could extend your life. Your wellness begins with Kyolic aged garlic extract. Available everywhere fine nutritional supplements are sold. Visit Kyolic.com. That's KYOLIC.com. Or call 1-800-421-2998 for a free sample today.
Let's Talk Nutrition is brought to you by Nubian Heritage, Global Healing, Modern Wellness, BSN, Finish First, Nordic Naturals, pure and great tasting omega oils, Jarrow Formulas, superior nutrition and formulation, Natural Factors, where great health begins, Kyolic, aging makes the finest garlic truly odorless, A. Vogel, Europe's leading brand of herbal medicine. Let's Talk Nutrition on the web at letstalknutrition.com. We're back from the break, so let's rejoin Dr. Michael Garko.
Welcome back to Let's Talk Nutrition. If you're a regular listener to this show, some of you have been listening to this show, now watching it. We just started streaming about, be a year soon, but the show's been on the air 11 years. You know I've spent a lot of time trying to educate about dietary supplements and dispelling some of the myths, misconceptions, and misapplications of dietary supplements. Now, they are what they are, and they are not the end-all and be-all. They're an important part, and at least my point of view is they can be an important part of health, wellness, and well-being. But you got to be reasonable, and you got to know what you're talking about, and you can't make stupid and unnecessary or unsupported claims. And what the trend that I've noticed over the years that there's now more science to support the safety and efficacy of dietary supplements. It's a rare occasion where I can have a person on the show, such as Dr. Lopez, my guest today, who is a scientific, medical, and regulatory advisor for CV Sciences, who does clinical research trials for companies as a part of his living. And being able to have him on a show is a good thing for you and for me, because it'll illuminate us about what really does go on and what's being said about supplements and what cannot be said. So, Dr. Lopez, in the hypothetical, welcome back. In the hypothetical, CV Sciences, great company, hired you to test their Plus CBD oil in this hypothetical, and they wanted to see if it just generally lowered inflammation, whatever way you want, whatever the dependent variable was, CRP, whatever it was, but we discovered that it lowered inflammation. Now you had statistically significant findings that were not only statistically significant, but they were of practical importance, which is one of the things that one of my stat professors always would say. It may be statistically significant, but may not be of any practical importance. But we had a robust finding. We had good power in the study, and we're all excited. And so now we want to tell the people in the world about what we found. What would we not be able to say about CBD oil and inflammation, because of the FDA or FTC?
Prior to 2014, which is when the FDA kind of decided to draw a line in the sand on inflammation claims, which is interesting, specifically around inflammation, they drew a line in the sand in early 2014. Prior to that, what you could have said was that Plus CBD oil supports a healthy inflammatory response. That would have been generally acceptable had you asked any sort of regulatory legal firm or attorney, they would have said, yeah, that's acceptable. You're not necessarily pointing at any disease in particular. You're not making any explicit disease claims.
All you were saying was that CBD oil supports a healthy immune response.
A healthy inflammatory response.
Inflammatory response.
You could even use the word, inflammatory, or even inflammation response.
Okay, now, when they drew the line in the sand and they came up with this new regulation, you could no longer say that anymore, could you?
That's correct. You cannot even mention the word inflammation without a very specific qualifier. So you can't just make a general statement, even though you may have used a general population, and you may have seen that it did, in fact, lower.
Well, what would be the qualifier?
The new claim is essentially preventing you from telling the truth, from actually talking about the data.
Well, how do you have to qualify it? What do you say?
So you have to qualify it, and this is where it goes back to how the study was designed. You couldn't say anything about that study as is unless you were able to show that it was in response to a non-disease stimulus. So in other words, overexertion related to exercise. So had we performed the study in marathon runners and taken their measures or biomarkers of inflammation prior to the marathon event and then post-marathon event, and we found that the group that was on the Plus CBD oil had lower levels of inflammatory biomarkers and responses, then you could make a claim specifically that says Plus CBD oil supports a healthy inflammatory response secondary to overexertion related to exercise.
Well, in other words, then, you could not have taken some labs and measured some biological marker for inflammation, like C-reactive protein or whatever. You couldn't have done that, and then with a healthy population, and found that when they got the CBD oil, it was even lower. You wouldn't be able to say that the CBD oil lowered CRP.
Correct.
That's,
so that would have been a waste of whatever it may have been, $150,000 to $250,000 worth of clinical research.
What
that,
the hell?
Although still important, right? Yeah.
Why are they so?
You can't even say the truth. You're not even allowed to talk about the data, even the objective data. Yeah.
Boy, my God.
Frustrating, isn't it?
I mean, it's not right. It's not fair to the consumer either, because now the consumer can't come to know or understand that the CBD oil, in the hypothetical,
sure.
If the FDA is listening, this is a hypothetical, lowered CRP in healthy people. That would be a wonderful thing for people to know, wouldn't it?
It would be, but it would have to remain buried in the annals of the PubMed index or the databases of.
What I was exaggerating when I said if the company doesn't know, they'll go to jail. They'll get severely fined. They're not going to come in. Well, they may put them in. They may put them in handcuffs. I don't know, but you're going to certainly get fined.
There would be a warning letter potentially, like what they call a 483 warning letter, and it could severely impact, obviously, as you can imagine, the reputation and sales of that brand and that company, even though they thought they were doing the right thing by sponsoring human clinical research on their actual product, as opposed to borrowing science from some unknown sources, some other ingredient.
So this is now, I guess, for the listener and the viewer, now you can see how difficult it is for these companies, nutraceutical companies, to do clinical trials, and it's not cheap. You can spend upwards of $500,000 on some really elegantly designed study, or $300,000 or $200,000,
Absolutely.
And you can't talk about the results because you're hamstrung.
Right.
You can't make any medical.
Real science.
You can't make any medical claim. It's unbelievable.
It's part of unfortunately, it's part of the regulatory environment that that we have to operate under.
Right.
And that's also why it's so important that whoever you do choose to run your clinical trial, if you are a natural products company, has to have that expertise, that experience, and they have to be adroit and comfortable with navigating that landscape, because it's a minefield out there.
It's like being in Iraq, for heaven's sake. Walking down the road and boom, it's crazy. Come back, we're going to talk about CBD oil, the endocannabinoid system, and how CBD oil can contribute to health without getting ourselves into FDA or FTC trouble.
Statements made during this broadcast regarding products or the claims made about specific products have not been evaluated by the U.S. Food and Drug Administration. Products and treatments discussed are not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent disease. Make your physician aware of all nutritional supplements used and immediately notify your physician if you have any health concern or undiagnosed sign or symptom. Let's Talk Nutrition is a health talk show that features scientists, authors, nutrition specialists, personal trainers, holistic healers, and experts in traditional, natural, and integrative medicine. Listen for a chance to win daily prizes and follow Let's Talk Nutrition on Facebook and Instagram at Let's Talk Nutrition or on Twitter at LTN Radio. It's time for some inspiration. Tune in to get fit and healthy. It's time to talk about nutrition. Nutrition for your body, your mind, your spirit. It's time to talk about proper exercise, stress relief, eating well, and supplementation to help. Get ready to take charge of your health because your health is your wealth and the wealth of those who care about and love you. It's time for Let's Talk Nutrition with Dr. Michael Garko. Welcome to the show.
Welcome to Let's Talk Nutrition. If you just tuned in, great to be with you. My guest is Dr. Hector Lopez. Dr. Lopez is the Scientific, Medical, and Regulatory Advisor for CV Sciences. I know Dr. Lopez, and over the years, it's always nice to have an occasion to speak with him and to speak with somebody who does clinical trials. This is what is part of what he does for a living. We spent some time. I know some may wonder, why would I do that? Spending some time talking about these clinical trials and doing one. We had a hypothetical. And then what ultimately can you say and not say once you have the results of the study? And, pharmaceutical companies in some ways have it a lot easier in what they can claim than do the nutraceutical companies. Government has made it, the FDA and the FTC have made it more challenging for the nutraceutical companies. That's probably a show or a conversation for another day as to why that is the case. Dr. Lopez, welcome back. So when you were in medical school in that other century, I know
it feel that way. It really is starting to feel that way now.
It is that way, but my man, it is. My anatomy and physiology book did not have the word endocannabinoid in it, never mind the endocannabinoid system. How about you?
I would have to agree. Neither did mine. And that's quite unfortunate, but also fascinating in many respects.
Yeah. When did scientists really get a handle and say there is a thing called the endocannabinoid system? When did that come out of somebody's mouth or put on paper?
Well, I think in order to get an appreciation for that, we probably have to go all the way back to, I would say, 1964. So in 1964, that was the major breakthrough, the scientific breakthrough when a very, he's sort of regarded in many respects as the father of cannabis as far as characterizing it scientifically is concerned, is Dr. Raphael Mechoulam, a PhD organic chemist from Israel, who was able to identify and isolate THC, or delta-9 tetrahydrocannabinol, for the very first time. And it was shortly thereafter that they also started characterizing many other cannabinoids found in cannabis, including CBD. And CBD and THC are just two of over 100 cannabinoids that have now been characterized and isolated from cannabis.
Okay, so cannabinoids as a class of compounds, what are cannabinoids? What are they? What are these things?
Yeah, so cannabinoids are these fatty-like substances and chemical compounds that are found almost exclusively to one genus, one species of plant, which is the cannabis species of plant. And again, it was characterized in 1964. It's probably better to call them phytocannabinoids so that we can avoid the confusion between phytocannabinoids and endocannabinoids. Endo meaning found within our bodies, within our systems,
right,
within actually every physiological system that is a vertebrate, and even some invertebrates. Just about every system in the in existence, every biological system has an endocannabinoid system.
So we have external. So we have external and internal then. External and internal sources of cannabinoids.
That is correct. That is correct. And it wasn't until later on in 1990 that Lisa Matsuda from the National Academy of Sciences Institute of Medicine, they actually were able to sequence the THC receptor in a rat's brain. And it wasn't, it was shortly prior to that, in 1988, that Alan Howlett and William Devane actually characterized cannabinoid receptors found in the brain of a rat. So there was this almost a 20-year period even, from the very first time THC was characterized in 1964. It wasn't until 1988 until the first endogenous receptor in an animal brain was characterized, which would be the target of these cannabinoids that are found in cannabis, including THC.
So they figured out that these receptor sites, these cannabinoid receptor sites, were in humans as well.
That is correct. That is correct. So first it was found in rats and then in humans. So and it wasn't until probably 1992 when the very first human endocannabinoid was discovered, and it was called anandamide, again by Dr. Raphael Mechoulam in conjunction with William Devane and Dr. Hannes.
Anandamide.
Anandamide. And what's cool about anandamide is it was named after the Sanskrit word for bliss. So anandamide is a compound found endogenously in our bodies. You can pick it up in the blood. You can pick it up in tissues. Specifically, mostly that's found mostly in the central nervous system, but it can also be found in the blood, in the periphery. And it has a propensity to interact with the CB1 receptor, cannabinoid type 1 receptor, which is found mostly in the brain. And shortly thereafter, a second endocannabinoid in 1995 was discovered, also, no surprise, by Dr. Mechoulam's group, which was called 2-AG, or 2-arachidonyl glycerol. Now, one of the things that you'll find in common with these two endocannabinoids are they both contain unsaturated fatty acids. And I'm sure you have talked at length about unsaturated fatty acids on your show.
Absolutely. So this is interesting.
The backbone is an unsaturated fatty acid to all these endocannabinoids, which is fascinating.
So the endocannabinoid system, endo meaning within your own body, is a group of endogenous cannabinoid receptors that are located in your brain, central and peripheral nervous system, and they consist
as
of
as your spleen, your liver, you have receptors in your immune cells. You have receptors on adipose tissue, on fat.
They're everywhere.
Receptors on muscle.
They're everywhere.
They're basically everywhere. Everywhere. They're ubiquitous. Absolutely. So it's not only the receptors, but it is the compounds themselves, which now we've discovered many more compounds within the body other than anandamide and 2-AG that act as endocannabinoids and interact with many of these receptors in this family. But it's also the enzymes that are responsible for generating and synthesizing these compounds in the body, as well as breaking them down. So there's this constant balance. There's this ebb and flow that needs to take place. So it's very much like any other molecular signaling system in the body, where you have to have an ability to make these compounds, and then you have to be able to break them down so that they're not constantly overreacting or over-responding. You're not over-responding to these compounds.
So the body biologically, innately keeps this system in balance, and the system itself creates homeostasis in the biological system, i.e., in this case, a human being. So it has to stay in balance to keep the body in balance, right?
Absolutely, absolutely. Which, again, it's not unlike so many other systems in the body. Balance is key, and we're starting to find that balance in the endocannabinoid system, we call it endocannabinoid tone, is invariably important for controlling everything from appetite to emotions to immune function to metabolism to pain and inflammation. So it's a master signaling system in the body, and it's amazing, as you said, that to this day, very few medical textbooks and physiology textbooks even mention it.
Astonishing. You would think that, given how much science has, how much we know scientifically about the body, that we're still discovering. Yeah, it's right there, and we can't see it. You gotta love it. It's all right. That's what the science is all about. We love this, and we'll talk now about the connection to health specifically.
As a family-owned company since 1968, Now Foods has spent the last 46 years building a legacy in the natural health industry as a trusted leader. Now provides a comprehensive approach to wellness by offering more than 1,400 high-quality health foods, supplements, sports nutrition, and personal care products at an affordable price. Now believes that natural is better. They don't use artificial colors, flavors, or sweeteners, and they offer many vegetarian, organic, and gluten-free products. Their foods are all non-GMO. Since their beginning, Now has grown to become an award-winning leader in the natural health industry. But one thing has never changed: their commitment to providing the highest quality products at the best value to empower people to lead healthier lives. High quality doesn't have to mean high price. From essential oils to amino acids, multivitamins to natural sweeteners, Now has you covered. To find a store near you that carries Now products, or for more information, visit nowfoods.com. That's nowfoods.com. Still looking for your fountain of youth? It's Zinnia. Look no further than the beauty aisle of your favorite health and nutrition store. Zinnia is the newest product from Form Essentials, the brand that brought you solace. So you know it's filled with the highest quality ingredients. Many cosmetic products only treat topically, while Zinnia addresses aging and hair loss from within. Formulated to support the growth of radiant hair, skin, and nails, Zinnia is sure to help you turn back the hands of time and assist you in aging gracefully. Zinnia provides a spectrum of key vitamins and other evidence-based natural ingredients such as alpha-lipoic acid, biotin, and collagen and elastin peptides, all combined in one capsule for your convenience. By promoting beauty from the inside out, you're strengthening your cells and creating a lasting enhancement to your natural beauty. Zinnia fits into your daily routine and can be taken to boost your current cosmetic products. Available now at leading health and nutrition stores. Ask for Zinnia by name. Start taking Zinnia hair, skin, and nails today and get ready to look amazing.
Is your skin showing signs of aging? Do you want hair with more body and stronger nails? Add Neocell's Super Collagen Plus C to your daily routine to help you regain your youthful, vibrant appearance. Collagen is the body's key structural protein, and it is critical to the elasticity and strength of connective tissues like skin, ligaments, and tendons. Recent clinical studies suggest that supplementing with collagen may reduce wrinkles and increase the firmness of your skin, improve the thickness of your hair, and strengthen your nails. Previously, medical studies also show a wide range of benefits from collagen supplements that may help with your joint pain, bone strength, and exercise recovery. Neocell's Super Collagen Plus C provides 100% pure collagen that's hydrolyzed for maximum absorption. Results are felt and seen within weeks. Super Collagen Plus C promotes a healthy body by providing specialized nutritional support to help fight the effects of aging. Neocell's Super Collagen Plus C products are available everywhere fine nutritional supplements are sold.
The ever-increasing stress and toxicity we are exposed to from our environment, diets, and lifestyles make internal cleansing a necessary part of a good health regimen. Founded in 1980, Yerba Prima was the first company to launch a whole-body internal cleansing kit. Since that time, they have continued to develop and manufacture a complete range of all-natural, high-quality fiber and internal cleansing products. By using all-natural psyllium fiber and no harmful stimulant laxatives, all Yerba Prima fiber and internal cleansing products can be used over a long period of time to ensure optimal health and regularity. With nearly 30 years dedicated to all-natural cleansing products, it's easy to see why Yerba Prima is a leader in the fiber and cleansing products category. Learn more at yerbaprima.com, YERBAPRIMA.com, or visit your local health retailer. Yerba Prima, pioneer in internal cleansing products.
Let's Talk Nutrition is brought to you by Natrol, Own Your Health, Alga Life, Algae for Life, NeoCell, the true science of collagen, CV Sciences, from seed to shelf, New Chapter, the benefit of nature's wisdom, Yerba Prima, pioneers in internal cleansing, Form Essentials, makers of the sleep aid Solace, now introducing Zinnia for healthy hair, skin, and nails. Let's Talk Nutrition on the web at letstalknutrition.com. We're back from the break, so let's rejoin Dr. Michael Garko.
Welcome back to the show. Dr. Hector Lopez is my guest. We're talking about cannabidiol, and Dr. Lopez is a advisor, medical, scientific, technical advisor, if you will, regulatory advisor for CV Sciences. They make CBD oil, and it's sold in fine health stores throughout the United States. So, staying within the guidelines of the FDA and the FTC, Dr. Lopez, because I don't want you to get in trouble, and I don't want to get in trouble either. What can you share with the listener and the viewer of the show as to what the research now tells us, the science tells us, about the contribution of cannabidiol, CBD, to health? Generally,
Well,
sketch it if you had to sketch it.
Yeah, I think first it's important to understand maybe a few simple facts about hemp, and that can lead us into some of the amazing health benefits potentially. So hemp, as you know, Mike, is actually one of the earliest known domesticated plants. It was cultivated for over 12,000 years, and one of the key differences is that agricultural hemp is very low, naturally very low in THC, typically less than 0.3% THC by weight. But it tends to be much higher in other non-psychotoxic cannabinoids, meaning they don't really affect, they don't give individuals that feeling of euphoria, but also don't give people a feeling of paranoia or some other psychotoxicity that something like THC is typically associated with.
Mm-hmm.
So cannabidiol, or CBD, is the second most prominent compound that's found in the cannabis plant, and it's the primary cannabinoid found in hemp. So I think it's also important to recognize that because, as we talked about before, the endocannabinoid system is such a master signaling system that basically, quote unquote, talks to just about every major organ system in the body, helping to keep it in normal balance and homeostasis. Then you can imagine some of the things that a CBD-rich hemp-derived oil may be able to help. So things like stress resilience, nervous system health, cardiometabolic health, recovery and adaptation in physically active subjects who are, people who are training hard or exercising hard, immune health, and even things like sleep health as well. So you notice everything I mentioned there all has to do about keeping healthy people healthy and making healthy people healthier. So I think that's critical.
How many... if we were to go on PubMed and type in cannabidiol, in terms of clinical trials or human clinical trials, is there a substantial body of work now building?
Oh, absolutely. The last decade, and it seems almost exponential, actually, the last decade has seen an explosion in cannabidiol research. It really has been fascinating, actually. I think the last time I checked on PubMed was probably just to do a general query like that. It was probably at least, I would say, maybe a few months ago, 6 months ago. And I think just for CBD or cannabidiol, the last I saw was something like 5,000 or 6,000 entries, I believe, something in that area. And if you type in endocannabinoid system or endocannabinoid, I think that number explodes maybe tenfold as many. So it's definitely a hot area. It's an active area of scientific inquiry and new research, but not all of it is based on on the use of a dietary ingredient or use of a dietary supplement in humans. A lot of it is actually based on some pharmaceutical companies that are also trying to exploit CBD either alone or in combination with THC, which would be different. But the research is building. There's a huge groundswell. There's this kind of energy or excitement because when you think about it, when was the last time that a plant that has been under prohibition for over 70 years has the ability to impact so many different systems in the body and so many, structure, function, health benefits?
I know. Hold on a second. I typed in endocannabinoid system, and there were 3,642 hits on the end. And then cannabidiol, I got 1,487 hits on PubMed. So you're right. There's a substantial body of work being collected. CV Sciences is one of the leaders in trying to get the cannabidiol into a supplement product, and they have their CBD oil and sold in fine health stores throughout the United States. And they're doing yeoman's work and getting their products into stores, getting it into the hands of consumers. And we're getting a lot of positive feedback from people who are taking the product. People tell me that they just generally, I've taken it, and I know what I can give my own anecdotal account, and I have, but people say that, reduction in pain, they feel less anxious, better management of their emotions. I mean, all sorts of anecdotal evidence just talking to people, but the science is there to support it as well. What I'm concerned about is I see something going on in the industry where you have a pharmaceutical company trying to patent, I guess, something that exists in nature, and trying to own it. I'm a little puzzled. Do you know something about that?
Yeah. So.
Okay, we come back, we'll talk about it, and we'll explain what we mean here.
Looking for the perfect complement to your beauty regimen? Try Form Essentials Zinnia. The finest of its kind, Zinnia offers twice as much biotin as other formulas, which has proven to unlock the vibrancy in even the dullest of hair, skin, and nails. Zinnia breaks through and rejuvenates cells internally, helping you achieve the allure of effortless beauty. Reviving your hair, skin, and nails has never been easier. This essential blend of biotin, alpha-lipoic, and hyaluronic acid, collagen, and vitamin C creates lasting enhancements to your natural good looks. Don't go on wondering. You're worth the results. This combination of ingredients can only be found in Zinnia. Pamper yourself with a proven bit of affordable luxury and start looking your best. Ask for Zinnia by name at your nearest vitamin retailer to begin your journey to restored nails, head-turning hair, and radiant skin today. For more information, visit formessentials.com.
When your alarm goes off, do you jump out of bed with excitement? Or does it take multiple alarms, a few snooze buttons, or a morning caffeine fix to get you going? These habits and daily stress cause a vicious cycle in which sleep becomes increasingly elusive. In fact, 54% of Americans report struggles to fall or stay asleep. For a better night's rest, look no further than Solace, an all-natural dietary supplement that supports healthy sleep and relaxation, so you get the rest you need to wake up clear-eyed, alert, and ready for the day. Solace has given thousands a better night's rest and the power to take back their mornings while enjoying the day ahead of them. Solace is formulated with non-addictive, scientifically proven, all-natural ingredients that support sleep and relaxation, such as melatonin, tryptophan, and 5-HTP. For more information or to order Solace, visit takesolace.com. Solace, for healthy sleep naturally.
Let's Talk Nutrition is brought to you by Now Foods. Our products work. Nature's Dynamics. Garden to Gummy supplements made by Dad. American Biotech Labs, your daily immune system support. Renew Life, the digestive care company. Country Life, a leader and authority in natural health and nutrition. Enzymedica, the enzyme experts. Nutrix Hawaii, more nutrition, better health, purely Hawaiian. North American Urban Spice, the only oregano oil you can take on a daily basis. Let's Talk Nutrition on the web at letstalknutrition.com. We're back from the break, so let's rejoin Dr. Michael Garko.
Welcome back to Let's Talk Nutrition. Wherever and however you may be listening and whatever you may be doing, the show does air coast to coast, including Hawaii. Talking with Dr. Hector Lopez about cannabidiol and CBD oil as it's derived from hemp and made by CV Sciences. And I went back onto PubMed during the break, and I was just sort of snooping around, you know, done research my whole life, and it's just amazing what you I typed in, we were talking in a hypothetical that I gave Dr. Lopez a little earlier about cannabidiol. We did a hypothetical experiment with CBD oil and inflammation. So I went on and I typed in CBD, cannabidiol, and inflammation. And I'm looking at some of the studies. And I came across one study, for example, cannabidiol and its analogs, a review of their effects on inflammation. Another study, cannabidiol provides long-lasting protection against deleterious effects of inflammation in a viral model of multiple sclerosis. It goes on and on. One study after another here, just on cannabidiol and inflammation. I found close to 100 studies just on that. Let's see here. Looking at some of the titles, it's just amazing. But you heard Dr. Lopez say that he couldn't come on here and say, if you take cannabidiol, you're gonna lower your inflammation levels. I'd have to hang up the phone on him. Welcome back, Dr. Lopez.
You'd have to censor me. Yeah.
So what could one say? That you can't even say that it moderates inflammation, right? I mean, what can you say?
Well, based on its mechanism, based on what we know about the science, what we can say about its role in inflammation is that should you experience some sort of overexertion, say related to exercise, then it is quite possible that the use of a CBD-rich hemp product may help to restore homeostasis.
Now, there are people out there
related to exercise.
Okay, all right, but there are people out there listening that have osteoarthritis, and they have pain in their hands and their joints, wherever in their body, right. And they hear the word inflammation, and they figured it out. They did a little bit of research, and they know that pain is caused by inflammation. They could make the inferential leap and say, you know what, maybe I should try it for my inflammation associated with my arthritis. But you wouldn't be able to say that, would you?
No, I would not. It's a matter of every consumer and every individual sort of trying to connect the dots in a sense for themselves. So if inflammation is at the core of many different maladies, and there is a natural compound that can help to modulate inflammation, then I think you can sort of connect the dots.
It's amazing how hamstrung you can get. Let's go to Lakeland. Sarah, welcome to the show. You had a question.
Yes. I bought the capsules, and I'm wondering, can I get the same effects? Because he keeps talking about the oil.
Right. Okay, Dr. Lopez, it comes in different delivery systems. I presume, did you get it from CV Sciences? Cannavest?
I bought it from the health food store.
You know which health food store it was? Was it Vitamin Discount Center?
No.
No, okay. So I don't know which product you have.
I bought that, and I bought I bought a spray.
The spray. Okay, it sounds like CV Sciences product. You have the spray, you have the oil, and you have the capsules.
I don't have the oil.
Okay, I understand. So, but those are the three delivery systems. What could you say about those delivery systems, Dr. Lopez, and their effect? And would it be different or better, or what if she took the oil? I've used the oil myself, and I've used the spray. I've never taken the capsules. Go ahead.
Yes, we've done some preliminary work in our lab here, and essentially the differences are the spray allows you a much tighter control over the dosing, so that each spray, or let's say every 2 pumps of the spray, may be only delivering about 3 milligrams total of CBD or cannabidiol, and whereas the capsules typically come in 25 milligram doses per capsule of active CBD, and the oil is going to be the richest source and the highest potency form or version of cannabidiol. So, as a clinician, if I put my clinician hat on, I like to start low and go slow. So I do like the idea of using the spray first, because you can sort of titrate or find the sweet spot, if you will, in terms of dosing. I personally use the spray before bed for healthy restorative sleep. So I use anywhere between I need very little, anywhere between 3 to 4 pumps prior to bed of the spray. But for other goals and other needs, you might need a higher dose, and then the next step up would probably be the capsule, because it's 25 milligrams per capsule. And then finally, you have the highest potency, which would be the oil, which is more of like a bit of a resin.
Yeah, it's like it's almost like a paste. So your capsules, Sarah, are they 25 milligrams?
Yes.
Okay, it sounds like the can of.
It has a plus CBD oil.
Right. Yeah. That's made by the company was called Cannavest. It's now called CV Sciences. So I know which product you have, and that's exactly the product that we're talking about on the show as well.
Okay.
Yeah. And so you've been taking it. I'm curious, why are you taking it?
Well, I've been listening to your program.
Good.
And several times I've heard this, discussed.
Yes.
And I wanted, when I bought the spray, I wanted a better quality of sleep.
So.
And then when I bought the caps, I have pain. Usually, I don't know. I'm just achy.
I understand.
So I bought it for that reason there.
Did you notice any difference when you took the capsules?
I didn't take them long enough. I still have some. I just bought them 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, you have to be consistent and follow the directions. When you use the spray, did it? Dr. Lopez, you heard him reference that he uses it before he goes to bed. He takes 2 or 3 pumps it into his.
Two didn't. I found no. In fact, I think I woke up a little sooner than I wanted to with the spray, because I think it says 1 or 2 on the bottle.
Mm-hmm.
And when I called the number on my bottle of the capsules.
Yeah.
And they said I might need more than 2 squirts.
Well, you should try that. Try to up the dose and see. I noticed when we come back, I'll share with you my own experience, and it's anecdotal. When I've taken it, yeah. Well, I appreciate your call, and we come back. I'll also have the LTN health question of the day.
At Cannavest, we believe that the future of hemp is unlimited, and through innovative and responsible application and science, we will enhance the prosperity and well-being of our customers, employees, and communities. As pioneers, our long-term goal at Cannavest is to locate hemp seed processing mills near to our future family of hemp farmers. These local factories will convert hemp seed into nutritious oil, protein powders, bread flour, and hemp meal. Cannavest supports local efforts and believes that sustainability starts locally. Cannavest was named one of the Nutritional Outlook's Best of 2014, and we are committed to pioneering the hemp revolution as the world's leading producer of quality hemp-derived CBD products. Resistance to change is in great part the result of trying to do today's job with yesterday's tools and with yesterday's concepts. The hemp revolution is here, and it's up to all of us to change perception and to impact policy. Will you join us in this movement? Learn more about the education and science behind Cannavest at cannavest.com.
Exclusively from Natural Factors.
I'm Dr. Michael Murray. I'm very excited to have the opportunity to talk with you about PGX, a truly revolutionary natural product that works perfectly to help get at the core issues that make weight loss so difficult. PGX is a clinically proven way to help people to achieve their ideal body weight that is safe and natural. PGX leads to a dramatic reduction in the glycemic index of any food or meal. It also ultimately causes the release of compounds that achieve two important goals in weight loss. One, telling your brain that you're satisfied so you eat less, and two, improving the action of the hormone insulin. If you've ever tried to lose weight and failed, it's not your fault. You just need the tremendous support that PGX can provide. For more information on making your weight loss dream a near effortless reality, please go to pgx.com.
At Country Life Vitamins, we've been helping people live happy, healthy lives since 1971, and we believe integrity should always be our number one ingredient. We are committed to this belief because you deserve high-quality nutrition, specifically crafted with the highest standards to support your health. Country Life's manufacturing facility is an NSF GMP-registered facility, as well as USDA certified organic, so you can feel good about the products you're taking. Country Life Vitamins is also the first supplement company in the United States to have a complete line of products certified gluten-free. That's over 500 products. Country Life Vitamins' pledge of integrity is based on 5 standards: authenticity, cleanliness, freshness, consistency, and accuracy. Ask for Country Life's top-selling products, such as Coenzyme B Advanced for increased energy or Flex Able for joint health. Country Life Vitamins' commitment to ensure all of our products are pure, wholesome, gluten-free supplements full of natural goodness provides peace of mind with the knowledge you are using a brand you can trust.
When you're passionate about your health, that passion leads to the knowledge that exercise and a healthy diet are not always enough. Sometimes you need the extra nutritional boost that only supplements can provide. If you are looking for the leading national brands of vitamins, supplements, health and beauty, weight loss, or sports nutrition products, look no further than Vitamin Discount Center. Voted best independent chain by Vitamin Retailer Magazine, Vitamin Discount Center has been a trusted and valuable nutrition resource to the Tampa Bay area for over 15 years. With daily savings up to 50%, Vitamin Discount Center offers the best prices on the highest quality nutritional supplements. Not only will you find unbeatable value, your visit includes access to a staff educated on the application of products to help equip you with the products and information you need to proactively improve your health. To locate the store nearest you, visit vitamindiscountcenter.com, as well as access to articles on popular health topics, promotions, events, and thousands of products to shop from right at home. Your search for an affordable solution to better health is finally over. Vitamin Discount Center. For life, for less.
Did you know that when it comes to supporting whole body health, there's an herbal supplement that may be as important as your daily multivitamin? Discover Zyflamend Whole Body from New Chapter. Formulated to support a whole body, healthy inflammation response. An ongoing natural process and part of the body doing its job. We often think of the inflammation response as something we can feel, such as where there are sensitive nerve endings. But did you know that we can also have an inflammation response we can't feel? And whether we are aware of it or not, our inflammation response can affect the whole body. Zyflamend is a patented blend of 10 remarkable herbs, including pure and potent turmeric, that help balance and support your body's natural, healthy inflammation response for overall health and wellness. And it's clinically tested. Discover the premier herbal supplement for whole body health from New Chapter, Zyflamend Whole Body. These statements have not been evaluated by the Food and Drug Administration. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease. Available at your local fine health food store.
Let's Talk Nutrition is brought to you by Nubian Heritage, Global Healing, Modern Wellness, BSN, Finish First, Nordic Naturals, pure and great tasting omega oils, Jarrow Formulas, superior nutrition and formulation, Natural Factors, where great health begins, Kyolic, aging makes the finest garlic truly odorless, A. Vogel, Europe's leading brand of herbal medicine. Let's Talk Nutrition on the web at letstalknutrition.com. We're back from the break, so let's rejoin Dr. Michael Garko.
Welcome back to Let's Talk Nutrition. Here's the LTN health question of the day. It's a hemp question. Okay? It had nothing to do with what we talked about, but it's a hemp question. Just to give you an idea about the versatility of hemp. There's all kinds of interesting facts about hemp. And I went on to the website for the North American Industrial Hemp Council. There is such an outfit. and they reported that products, they were talking about products made from hemp. Pretty impressive. How many products did they say at their website are made from hemp? 25, 2,500, or 25,000? According to the North American Industrial Hemp Council, how many products are made from hemp? 25, 2,500, or 25,000? I'll give you a hint. It's more than you think. 877-897-8255. 877-897-TALK. When Stuart Tomp's been on, we've talked a little bit about the history of hemp. And when we're talking about cannabidiol, CBD oil, we're talking about the CBD that's derived from hemp. All right. So, Dr. Lopez, welcome back. I alluded to the idea that my concern about this compound, the CBD oil derived from hemp, is there a movement afoot? Is there a pharmaceutical company or trying to patent the CBD, or say they discovered CBD in hemp or something like that? Is that what's going on?
Well, yeah, there's I think a whole slew of intellectual property being prosecuted currently. So meaning there's either patent applications that have not been granted yet, and there are other patents that have been granted. And certainly there's a pharmaceutical interest, put it that way. There's certainly a major pharmaceutical interest in CBD in isolation as well as in combination with THC. And I would presume that there are also going to be other phytocannabinoid compounds that pharma is going to make an attempt to try to commercialize and bring to market. The key difference there is, of course, that it's for a certain method. So it's not necessarily that the compound itself, because it's a product of nature, it cannot be, in and of itself, cannot be patented or owned.
Right.
But what can be owned, of course, is the methods of use. So what it is used for, what claims can be made, that is where the patent estate probably lies. And then, as you probably are aware, there's still some controversy currently as to, FDA's position on CBD as a dietary ingredient, as a food product, et cetera. But I think that the industry and those who are very responsible, such as CV Sciences, are doing the right thing by putting together some very, very comprehensive safety assessments in order to get this ingredient to be recognized as safe, or GRAS, to get the product recognized as generally recognized as safe, or GRAS status. And I think that will open up an entire avenue for there to be a coexistence, if you will, like there are with other products or other ingredients, right? Look at fish oil, for example. Both the pharmaceutical track or pathway, and then in line with that, in parallel, there'll be a natural products, be it food or dietary supplement.
So you see that there's a lane that the CBD oil can occupy in the natural products industry, and you see a lane in the pharmaceutical industry as well.
That is correct. Because you see, one of the main hurdles right now as to the argument of whether hemp-derived CBD is or is not a dietary supplement or an ingredient is whether it was marketed as a dietary supplement prior to the commencement and public notice of any substantial clinical investigations instituted as a drug, and therefore it's called an IND, or investigational new drug. It's weird. It's almost like a foot race, and if you put an ingredient or a product into the IND world as a drug, investigational new drug, prior to getting it into the dietary supplement space or into the food product space, then the drug wins. And if the drug wins the race, then you can no longer work backwards and make it available as a dietary supplement. So it's kind of funny the way that regulation works.
Crazy.
But that's where the debate lies right now. And I think that there is, in fact, a lane for both to coexist.
Okay. So the health question of the day is, how many products are made from hemp? 25, 2,500, or 25,000? The answer, I'll give you a hint. It's more than you think. It's quite a bit. 877-897-8255, 877-897-TALK. CV Sciences makes the CBD oil, and it comes in 3 delivery systems: a spray, capsules, as well as an oil. And the oil is sort of like a resin, like a paste. That's the one I have used. I have used the spray. I have not used the capsules. And my own experience, I was taking it right before I went in to work out every day, and I noticed a little bit more focus. I noticed that I slept better, for sure. Obvious, there was no doubt about that. I got better sleep. The quality of sleep improved almost immediately. It didn't take 2 weeks. I could tell the difference. And I noticed that I was just a little, just smoother, you know? Just sort of more...
Even keel, more zen, huh?
Yeah, more, just more balanced. That's the term, more balanced. The answer to today's health question, I rarely stump the audience, and it's just maybe because nobody wanted to call in today, but it's 25,000. At least 25,000 products are made from hemp. By the way, Dr. Lopez, it's illegal to grow hemp in the United States unless it's for university research purposes, right?
That is correct, yes.
That's unbelievable.
At this point, it must be imported, yeah.
It's unbelievable. It's a plant.
A plant, for crying out loud.
I know. It was a pleasure to have you on. I hope we didn't tax you too much with all these questions and whatnot, but we're just trying to educate around here a little bit, and you made a nice contribution. We appreciate it so much.
Well, thank you. Thanks for having me on. It's always fun, so hope to be on in the future again. Thanks.
We'll catch you next time. Give my best to Stuart. CV Sciences, sold in fine health food stores throughout the United States. Their CBD oil. Try CBD. Why? Because your health is your wealth.